to the top, so I'm Owen Johnny Knots. Hip hop don't stop, so the beat I drop. Top of the charts on Reverb Nation, from say bites to all the Haitians. From the start right to flotation, from my heart it's captivation. Number one is where I'm rating. You knew it was my favorite.
Welcome to Television, Intense TV. I'm your host, Robert Louis Tyler I. And today we have a very special episode of Television Intense TV Live. We're gonna have on Anthony Antdog Marshall on the show, part of Tupac's crew, toured with him. And I'm looking for a place to rent. The Victorian mansion where I live just sold for $1 million. Word, no doubt, for sure, for real. And going through escrow, 30 days. But first of all, I want to introduce a fine young man who toured with Tupac right here in the studio today. We have Anthony Antdog Marshall. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me home. Boy,
I'm glad you could be here, man.
What's up?
Yeah. It's
All
good
right,
you could
all
make
right,
it.
all right.
So I was gonna say, so it's Anthony Marshall, AKA Antdog.
Yeah,
correct.
Everybody been calling me Antdog.
Right.
One of my homeboys from the neighborhood in Marin City, the jungle, you know, he gave me the nickname Antdog. Yeah.
Why do they call it the jungle? Is it?
The jungle, why they call it the jungle?
Yeah.
Well, it's a trip because, you know, one of my homeboys from the neighborhood down there, you know, he had moved over from Richmond when he was younger, and he decided, you know, the way the neighborhood looked at, and it was a trip. It was kind of a combination of the mentality of the neighborhood, and also the neighborhood is just like the jungle in Los Angeles. Same thing, which is surrounded by a lot of trees. If anybody knows about the landscape of Marin City, you know, it's landscape with a lot of trees. And like I said, sometimes the mentality of the people in there too.
Yeah,
you know, because before it was called Dodge City, you know, because it was one way in, one way out. But, you know, we always kind of stuck together down in Marin City, you know.
Right on.
Yeah, yeah.
And where were you born at originally?
It's a trip. I was born in Richmond, California also, you know. Probably moved out of Richmond when I was like 5 years old.
Oh, so not born and raised
over to Marin City, yeah.
Straight up in the Marin.
Yeah.
Right.
And I ended up in Marin, see, because my mom, you know, and her parents, they migrated from down south in Louisiana, and they moved to Marin City, like a lot of people that moved from down south into a lot of the other neighboring shipyards in the Bay Area, such as Hunters Point, you know, Oakland Shipyard, Oakland Alameda, you know, and Richmond, you know, and Marin Ship just as well, where Marin City was established from that. You know, it was quarters and land for the shipyard workers to live, you know, which was started in the 40s, like 42, somewhere in there.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I had a question. I'll raise my hand. I have a question. Do you have any theories? You know, you toured with Tupac, you know, and
I spent some time with him in the early days. Yeah.
And so you know a little history that everybody else don't even know, right? And do you have any theories about the death of Tupac or Biggie, like that?
No
clue, huh? No, it's a mystery, right?
Did
they shoot each other?
No, trip. No, I just watch it. I mean,
so.
You know, just like everybody else, I watch a lot of
movies,
YouTube stuff, like a lot of YouTube.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, conspiracy theories,
a lot of media information and stuff.
East Coast versus West Coast.
There'd be some crazy stuff out there too sometimes, you know. But you know this false. And the main crazy things that I see is like Tupac scene in Cuba, Tupac scene here,
Elvis scene in Cuba too, right?
They got some dude that looked like Tupac a little bit, that's in an older age to what they would perceive what Tupac would look like if he was older.
Right.
And it's really not Pac.
He retired in Cuba.
So yeah,
Cuba.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Right.
Serious, you know, but let my man's soul rest in peace.
Exactly.
You know, that was a cool brother, very talented. I was very influenced by him. You know,
actor and artist and recording artist.
Yes, he was, bro.
Still got albums coming out, probably, huh?
Yeah, endless material. Like just a lifetime of material per se. You know, he was working fast and hard for some reason because he felt something. You know, he felt a polarity of him not being here long. So he left us a lot of material and a lot of influential aspects of him. His soul still lives. You know, we ride with Pac, straight up.
And you got you had a few albums up here out on your own too well, right?
Yeah. These are well, it's a trip. See, I met Pac in like '88, late '88, '89 when he moved down to Marin City, and he ended up moving down to Marin City. See, a lot of people don't know the story of Faney had sent Tupac out to Marin City it's a trip because they talk about it slightly in the All Eyes on Me film.
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
They don't clarify it totally, you know, because she said, I'm going to send you out to California to a friend of mine from the movement.
But they didn't say which place.
Yeah, they didn't say which place because they kind of, in the film, to me, it looked like, you know, Oakland and Marin City shared the same format for us where Pac landed. Pac originally landed in Marin City. How he ended up landing in Marin City because Geronimo Pratt's wife at the time was living in Marin City, Linda Pratt. She was from Marin City, her and her children, and Geronimo's children grew up in Marin City just as well. And I grew up with them, and I know them very well. Very nice family.
Right.
And when Geronimo was released, you know, from Quentin after all those years, he touched down in Marin City for a little while before he went down south back home from where he's from. You know, so which was a good thing. But in regards to Tupac, Tupac came down. I met him, you know, down at the front in Marin City, rapped against each other like he did with a couple of my friends. He was MC New York, came down to Marin City, and he had this track. It was a trip. It was called "Girls Be Trying to Work a," you know, "Girls Be Trying to Work a Brother." Yes, indeed. You know, so you know, and I knew then he was very talented. You know,
he was with Digital Underground for a while too.
Oh yeah, he was with Digital Underground. Yeah. Underground was the first. Was the group where he started his career with, you know, that noticed his talent, you know. Atron, you know, bless Atron's heart, and my boy Shock and Money B, shout out to them, and shout out to Bobby Beats, you know, they're my folks, I love them. I'm working with them now on some projects, you know, so staying in contact with the Underground always.
And for those people that don't know who Geronimo is, you tell them.
Oh, Geronimo Pratt, yes. Oh, Geronimo Pratt. Is you know, he's a black activist, you know, an African American activist who stood, you know, highly ranked in the Panther Council.
Nutrition,
you know,
and breakfast for kids in Oakland.
Right, we talked about
back
that earlier.
Back in the day, in the
when
70s and stuff.
By the way, you took me out and got me some lunch earlier, so I appreciate that.
We hooked it up.
Yeah, but anyway, no, Geronimo was responsible. He was one of the main West Coast anchors, you know, that helped pioneer, you know, the Panther movement. And the Panther movement wasn't about, you know, violence or being out there, you know, and the reason the Panthers did arm themselves, if anybody has any questions.
Yeah,
it was legal to bear arms, but you know, we had our communities to protect, you know, and to protect. Sometimes there was, you know, law enforcement that didn't agree with, you know, way we wanted to do things, and they would police that their way, you know. So you know, we were just trying to treat ourselves on a fair level, you know, with that, you know, and I'm just a kid of that, you know, product of that, you know, we're called the bastards of the party. Like my homeboy Bone from L.A., he did a documentary, if you ever check it out, it's called Bastards of the Party, and it explains a lot of it. But Geronimo Pratt was a pillar, you know, of society, of you know, the Panther Party. He was falsely accused of a murder, I believe, of a woman in Los Angeles or something like that. It was some tennis court incident or something like that. I did a little research on it, but you know, but he was released from that, and the charges was dropped against him after so many years of being incarcerated. God rest his soul, because that was a very strong man, and I admired just that whole journey. And for me to even have touched the affiliation of his family and the Shakur family, just by me living in Marin City, being a resident of Marin City, you know, and the history of Marin City, you know, it carries other history just as well. It's phenomenal, man, and you know what I'm saying, and I've been riding with it ever since, and ever since I seen this brother Tupac coming to Marin City with nothing, didn't have anything, you know what I'm saying, lived a hard life, and has seen a lot throughout his journey, man. He made something happen for himself, and anybody that would have been jealous of that or hated on that,
born incarcerated,
shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, because you know, he influenced me, and this is what he influenced me to do, is what we were talking about.
You want to play a little bit of one of these songs here?
Yeah. These are 3 albums that I did on my own independently, you know, because him and his mom taught me that way, you know what I'm saying? So,
you want to
we'll get into one of these joints on this Westbound 24/7. Show Me the Money. Because I want to send this one out to my homeboy Ron Hudson, you know what I'm saying? Because I heard about you, you know my homegirl Jarvis Jones, and I love that, man, and she turned me on to you, man, and I didn't know you was the creator of West Coast Pop Lock, California Love. We're going to get together, brother. But, You influenced this song right here, Show Me the Money.
Industry rule number 4080. Record companies are shady.
Show me the money.
Fake
Show me the money.
cornflaking ass, procrastinating
money.
ass.
Show me the money.
Faking your cash apparatus, fool, you got a status line. Think you take this way beyond my belief. About as fake as a $3 bill. Partner, you ain't real. Breaking your buses to the bone. For that dollar bill, put your money where your mouth belong. Putting funk in the song. Shake a booty on the spot and make a hoochie hot. $1 million spots, making knots, having cash. Show me the money so I can make me a dash to the bank, stack my
Funky.
chips till they blow up
The
like
bass
Frito
line.
Lay. No nationwide,
That's my boy
and
T-Bo
here
on
up
that
in the
bass.
Bay. $24.07
T-Bo the
to
bass
this
player.
phone,
That
babe.
West Coastin' sound.
Artists floating on the
Yeah.
airplane, completely prohibited. Dollar for some dollars low. Stand in the way, he gets sprayed with this pistol smoke. Jefferson Grant all the way to them Benjamins. Controlling it, pulling on my petty, that's the dividends.
It's a banger, right? Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, we get the Ronnie Hudson. He came on the show a couple times, and shout out to Ronnie Hudson and Jarvis Jones, and also my recording engineer in St. Thomas down in the Caribbean. Johnny Knotts, he's coming out here pretty quick on vacation.
That's
We're
right.
gonna do some stuff. So right now you're from Stockton, is that?
Yeah,
Got the ticket?
I'm resting my head in Stockton.
Yeah.
Stockton, a cool city. I've been out there. It's funny you
right.
say that because I've been out there. You know, the spot where I work, I do my day job at. I work at a car dealership. And,
Coolio. Yeah.
and it's a trip because one of the cats there. You know, everywhere I go, I run into folks. You know, music.
Oh, yeah.
You wanna when you're on that music on that music circuit of just that vibe of music and you do music, you just know your people when you run into them. So I met this cat, you know, at my job, you know, this cat named Brandon,
Right.
my boy Tiger Ngagwa, and Odawa. Let me get it right. My boy Tiger Odawa, and he, you know, been putting on these little talent sets out there called the Vibe. You know, circuit, and you know, you can do spoken word, you can do singing, you know, poetry, you know, any forms of art,
Nice.
you know. So it's a good artistic thing going on out there in Stockton. There's a lot of talent out there. So
Cool. I want to move out there.
Yeah, no
You know,
doubt.
if I
told you need to come
since
out
they
there.
kicked me out of the mansion.
Yeah, you need to come out there and get you a
Right,
spot
right.
out there, man. You know, it's a lot of property out there. You know, good prices.
I could do a little
It's a
TJ
cool
thing.
city, you know, because there's been a lot of bad stories about Stockton, and Stockton not that bad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know, it's crime everywhere you go. You know, so
Well, we got
it's
about-
just that it's just been underrated. But let's roll, bro.
We got about 15 minutes left. So
Okay.
show's half over already. So you want to show that? We're going to show that little clip from the. You want to show the little clip from the YouTube?
Yeah. Let's show
And
them
that's
a
what,
clip
2.5
of
minutes
the
or
show
something?
down there in Marin City.
What is it, about 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, that's where I met Jarvis Jones at. Yeah.
right, let's go ahead and-
let's roll into that.
Let's go ahead and look at that.
Yeah,
on the,
Y'all
on
gonna
the
like
screen.
that. It's pretty cool.
Only player hated. Selling CDs out the trunk. Can't you see how we made it? Tupac, JT, E40, Shorty, and P. And don't forget about Trey. All day, every day. House parties from the crest to the rich, to the O, to the stove. Yeah, you know, taking it back to the past. Put up in your ass. In the future, they gon' shoot you and they bound to execute you with the. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Flashback. Take it back. Flashback. 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 Homeboy, take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Oh, shallow, take it back. Take it back. Oh, shallow, take it back. Marin City, yeah, take it back. Take it back. Memory times. Memory times. Yeah, taking it back. I remember my journey when I went down to Texas and kicked it with my folks down there. They thought it might be a little bit of different, but it really wasn't. Game's a game, putting a thing, not a whole thing changed. They done took it down south with the gold in their mouth. Dirty, 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 all steady, already. Fools been posted on the block, they be ready to make a knot. Catfish, cornbread, cold beer, hush puppet, smoking day, every day. Brother, wish you run up on me, outcast on that ass. Ludicrous when I'm pissed, no limit. Ghetto bars, playing with our ghetto toss. Drinking boot, bumping Snoop in a 7-8 coupe. Messed around and got wet, touched the wrong cigarette. Seen the future in the past, knocked the ball on his ass. Say the South don't play, reminded me of the bank. That's my folks, that's my folks, that's my real true family. We're off from the dirty, so you're all understanding me. My mission, my memories, my vision, my poetries. To see what I watched take place was a victory leader. Take it back, take it back. 1 footer, take it back, 1 footer, take it back, flashback, take it back, gave a homeboy back, take it back, flashback, take it back, old school flashback, take it back, OG-AD, ooh, we take it back, memories, take it back, take it back, Marin City, take it back, memories, take it back.
Oh, that was cool. That was a cool video, man. You gotta love it. That was you up on stage, right?
Yeah, that was me on stage.
Dang.
It was a trip because
and you get the little interview with.
It was a Juneteenth celebration down in Marin City. You know, they did it like how we usually do it all the time. You know, the same festival, you know, where Pac had performed when I, first met him, where we was all on stage. They got us on the trailer for the Thug Immortal.
Nice.
Was it the compilation? I mean, let me get it right. It's the biopic of it. You know.
Yeah, like a doc.
Yeah, documentary.
Kind of dealio.
Documentary is what I wanted to say. Got my words bumbled.
Because what was it? The school of what was it? Mill Valley Distinguished School.
Tamalpais? High School?
What the one distinguished? I think it was the college, the distinguished school that included Huey Lewis and the News, George Duke, jazz pianist.
Yeah.
The alumni. How do you say alumni?
The alumni.
Alumni.
Yeah.
How do you say Tamalpais?
Yeah, Tamalpais High School. Yeah.
And that's where Tupac and
Tupac,
Judge Adam went there. Also Mario Cipollina, which was a NASA engineer, and also Tupac was at that high school there, and he was actor, rapper, and then Vince Chiabria was a 1987 U.S. district. A lot of great people came out of these schools, you know.
Yeah, straight up.
And then you were telling me about also the Grateful Dead and Carlos Santana, right?
Yeah, it's a trip. Well, it's a trip. When I was working at a dealership in Mill Valley, and detailing cars, and I met Carlos Santana. He was leaving the lot. And I had a demo tape at the time. This during the cassette age, you know.
Right.
And I shot him a cassette.
Cool.
And it's funny. He was just driving by in his car, stopped for me, real polite, real cool cat, down to earth, and put the cassette in his deck, listened to it. He thought it was pretty cool, you know, for some hip hop music, and he told me, he said, well, yeah, my young son is working on something similar, da-da-da-da. So, you know, he said, I tell you what. He said, I'm going to give you my manager's number. He gave me his manager's number, Greg DeJavine.
Nice.
And it's a trip because while they were shopping the deal over to Clive Davis for the Do the Supernatural deal, which they ended up doing with him, which was a successful album. They shopped some of this album here, this Westbound 24/7 album. You know, we had a song on there called Rolling Stones, which was a remake of Papa Was a Rolling Stone,
right?
You know, by the Temptations. And we had actually got clearance from that song just as well, too, which was nice, you know, from the Harry Fox Agency and the Library of Congress, you know, to use that song, you know, to mimic that song. And that song was actually had influenced Keith Nafta of J Records, you know, and he had replied a letter and thought it was pretty cool. He said, but however, the big picture with Clive Davis is he didn't see going on a broad level, but it made him homesick of the Bay Area. And he thought it was nice, and he said, however, if you get any other material, please send it. You know, so I thought that was fairly impressive.
I think I know Carlos Santana has a winery up here in Napa too now. He's got his own winery and stuff. You want to do another song off one of these albums?
Yeah. I want to.
Which one?
I want to do a song off the
number two,
the BBB album,
the number 2 song, right?
It's gonna
or number 3,
the number 3 song.
My bad, my mistake.
Yeah, this is like a song to be going out to the club, you know, having a good time.
Yeah.
It's a party song. It's cool, man.
Yeah, we can play
West Coast flavor.
Play a little clip of that.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Right. Yo, this is Lakeisha Watkins. We are live in front of the famous Pussycat Theater in San Francisco, California's red light district, where we're about to witness one of the most controversial rap acts since Tupac was playing Too Short. Rapper wasn't available for comment, but the motherfucker said,
she be looking cool with it. Make a brother wanna get up on the floor and act a fool with it. She be looking so fitted with them low-cut jeans, if you know what I mean. We be in the on one, looking for some free so we can have a be back up in a second, cause I got some funky freaks that I be checking. We be in a telly mode.
I like it.
Telly mode. I'm feeling like
So,
Penny Grass, thinking about to let it go. The way she moves
Very
her
good.
body
Nice.
makes her brother wanna glance.
You now, what's your inspiration for when you do your music? What just is it based on real life?
The music.
Or you make it up, or is it just creative?
The music,
just the
man.
flow, or
It's the music, man. I
just
get
the
it-
love
I get-
of the
I get
music
influenced by
inspires you alone?
I get influenced by the tracks.
Right.
First of all, the tracks. You know, music speaks. You know what I'm saying? It definitely speaks to me. You know, that's the good thing about music, because to me, songs have a character to them. You know, my way of doing it, I hook up with various producers, and I go kick it with them, and I'll be like, let me hear your library of tracks, and they'll run through their tracks, and I'll be, oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one. I can see myself, and I'll get a concept for it.
Yeah.
Because it might have a sad feeling to it, you
Right.
know.
Or
if it's
mysterious.
pounding real hard,
Or
it might
pumping, bumping.
have a street vibe hard
Right.
to it, or if it's smooth and ballad, I know to come something I might can speak to the ladies on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, yeah. So
if it's
that's-
hardcore, if it's
yeah, that's
if
how
it's
I'm
cool,
influenced by it,
yeah,
and
smooth.
then just the influence of other artists just as well that have put out tracks. So at least I have a blueprint of the type of path I might want to take.
Right.
But I'll bring it into my own, and make it something that I would do, my interpretation.
I kind of do the opposite. I get like a song,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking of what kind of a beat would go. Right? I
Yeah.
kind of like do a little backwards, but I'm
there's
new to
some-
this
and
game.
there's
I'm a
some stuff
beginner.
I
It's
won't-
kind of a hobby,
Yeah, and there's
It's like-
some stuff I won't even mess with, man.
Right.
Because I don't feel like it's my style of who I am.
We got about 6 minutes left. See,
Yeah.
time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it goes by quick.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yes. So now I want to, this thing we was talking about earlier, we was talking about the Chambers brothers.
Yeah. Right.
Right. I end up now I met Lester Chambers, and I know him now. I'm friends with him. And Lester Chambers is a very powerful figure. For those who out there y'all don't know, Lester Chambers, is a part of a group from the '60s. It started out. These are some cats from Mississippi, from Lee County, Mississippi.
Chamber Brothers.
Yeah, the
Right.
Chambers brothers. Yeah, they from Lee County, Mississippi. I did a Wikipedia on them,
Nice.
along with working with his son, and that's
Cool.
how I know Lester Chambers, because I'm working with his son, Andre
Nice.
Johnson, who's a dope producer.
Right.
He's a cat from back in the day. They had a group called the Freaky Executives. You heard of Freaky Executives?
Not yet, but I know who the Chamber Brothers are.
right.
I'm
Anyway.
old. I'm
Well,
like
anyway,
60s old.
Yeah, but
right?
so I'm working with Lester Chambers' son, and it's a trip, because meeting Lester, after doing this Wikipedia on him, we end up doing this song, with Lester Chambers and his son, and another cat of mine called Critical Acclaim. This cat from Newark or something like that. He's from the East Coast. Actually, he's from Connecticut. Correct myself. I'm rapping on it, and Critical Acclaim's rapping on it. And Lester Chambers is coming in towards the end of the song. But it's a bad song because we did it off of an old Muddy Water sample. Which we finally got clearance for. We was some way, then it's crazy. But anyway.
Cool.
So man, we gotta let you hear that joint. But this cat, Andre Johnson, who I've been working with him, and this other female. She's a female that actually met me and Tupac a long time ago when she was younger, and her name is Pasha.
Right.
Real good singer. Yeah, she's gonna come out on the set, man.
You were saying,
she's gonna
yeah.
blow a lot of people away, and she's
Remember, you were
she's
telling
on the
me.
chorus of this song. We're about to play. So we're gonna get this song. This song is called What's Really. It's like a remake of Marvin Gaye. Taking a chance to do what's going on. And we talking about current events that's going on in the world and how the environment's being affected and everything. And
We got about 3 minutes left. I know
let's
the
get
time
into
flies.
it, man. Let's do the dang thing, man.
You want to play one?
Yeah, let's play one, man.
All right, can we play one for like
right.
maybe a 60-second clip of that song?
Yeah.
And what number is it again?
This that one joint I gave you.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
They got Money for woe, can't feed the poor, but every ghetto on the corner got a liquor store. Genocide can't hide the show from the inside. Wound keeps bleeding, corruption, disease, and life ain't guaranteed. Take a hit.
So we got about 2 minutes left, so you got any shout outs you want to do or any last
yeah,
time
that's all good.
flies
It's
when
all
you're
good,
going.
man. No. You know,
any
we
last
can get
minute
in what
thoughts?
we fit in. No, I'm just gonna say thanks for having me on the show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I want to send the thanks out to my homegirl. I want to send to Jarvis Jones. You know what I'm saying? Jarvis Rose Jones. I love you, girl.
Thank you, Jarvis.
Know, and also I want to send a shout out to my homeboy Andre Johnson. And, you know, to Set Shakur, my boy Pac's sister, you know what I'm saying, to my homeboy Bobby Beats, Money B's daddy, to Money B, you know what I'm saying, Shock G, you know, everybody from the underground unit, my people on the Vibe circuit out there in Stockton, you know what I'm saying, my people down there in the jungle in Marin City, everybody, man. Thanks for having me on the show, homeboy.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Come back anytime we could do this again real soon, you know?
Yes, you know it,
do like
homeboy.
a follow-up because, you know, I was shout out to my daughter, Emily. She's birthday's coming up, you know, over in Katati, which ain't far from here, you know.
Yeah.
Are you signed with any artists yet?
No, I'm not signing no label or nothing.
Yeah, sign this one here. I got some blood and some ink.
Independent.
And you can sign this one in blood, and you can sign this contract. We got 1 minute left.
Okay, hey.
Sign here, Excel Production.
Well, I'm gonna have to redline it first, though.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna give you some parting gifts you'll never part with. Don't sell this on eBay because it's worth a lot of money, right? No, I'm just kidding. Just say the end.
Let's see you got here.
You can sell that for a fortune on eBay. I'm just playing, right? Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all see this? This is like pretty Prince. Look at this one. Hold on.
He's all
look at this right there. This is
clean.
the one after he was drinking.
Clean cut.
This is the one right here.
Before.
When he was riding Harley Davidson.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
And this is the one when he was hanging with Morris Day now at the time. You know what I'm saying?
The nose ring.
Antdog, no, because, you know, me and Robert go way back.
That's right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the ticket.
Old school for real, though.
Well, guests to the television stay informed. Transportation provided by Cadillacs, Rolls-Royce, and Lincolns, and Mercedes-Benz, right?
Yeah.
So we're West Coasting. And I want to shout out to my guest, Antdog.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here once
you
again.
said you was going to let me drive your Rolls-Royce, too.
That's right.
When we get off the show.
We'll go by it, and I'll show you over by the recording studio. And this is Sal the Flower Guy, who brings these flowers every week. Doc's Trophy Shop for making our music awards. Music awards provided.
Smell that aroma.
Mr. Tyler's chiropractor, Dr. Moore. Thank you. Just in my back. Hair in motion.
West Coast.
And God bless you and yours. Until next time, America. Pretty much, we're out of here. Yeah.
No way.
That's a ticket.
Business with Freddy and the birds, taking pictures with the tourists, making money absurd. Freddy got shot, Freddy's dead, you heard. Right through the heart, and then he said his last words. Me copy Musin was stopped 4 days later. People dropping like fly for a hot potato. Say there ain't dramas, but this is St. Thomas. You can make the sheep up. I'm just being honestly island. You are beautiful to me. Deadly island, turquoise water, sapphire seas. More crime in LA and New York combined. It's a kind of ballet with the blood flow like wine. Crack and poverty and doing a line. That's free property, guns to the 91 fire. I will light it.